You can't completely hide your fingerprint, but you can make it far less useful. And today, I'll show you how. Now, before we get into this, quick reminder, if you like these kind of breakdowns, then subscribe and hit the bell. It helps the channel and it helps me know that you want more videos like this. So how does a site actually build a fingerprint? Well, usually by collecting lots of small details that your browser already shares automatically. One of the most common techniques is called canvas fingerprinting. Now, canvas is just a normal browser feature used to display graphics, animations, charts, and other visual elements on a website. But the site can also use it quietly in the background. It can ask your browser to draw a hidden image or piece of text, then check the exact result. And even though the image looks the same to you, different devices often render it slightly differently behind the scenes. Your graphics card, operating system, browser, display settings, and installed fonts can all affect the final result in tiny different ways. And those tiny differences become part of your fingerprint. Fonts are another great example. Most people have a fairly standard setup, but once you install extra software, language packs, editing programs, or custom fonts, your browser starts looking a little more unique. Audio can work the exact same way. A site can generate a sound signal in the browser and measure how your device processes it. You usually won't hear anything, but small differences in hardware and software can still change the result slightly. Websites can sometimes also detect things like connected microphones, cameras, headphones, or speakers, and on their own, none of these details sound very important, but when a site combines enough of them together, it can start recognizing your browser the same way that people recognize a fingerprint. Not because of one single detail, but because of the overall pattern. That said, some VPNs do include extra privacy features that can help reduce fingerprinting. Tools like NordVPN's threat protection or Surfshark's clean web can block many of the trackers, scripts, and third-party requests that websites use to collect fingerprinting data in the first place. In some cases, they can stop certain tracking domains or browser scripts from loading entirely, which means less information gets collected about your device during a browsing session. So while they won't automatically make your browser anonymous, they can reduce how much information gets exposed during normal browsing. So even though a VPN can reduce a lot of this tracking, your browser setup still plays a huge role in how recognizable you are online. And that's where privacy-focused browsers and extensions come in. Different tools approach fingerprinting in different ways. Brave, for example, tries to reduce fingerprinting by blocking trackers and randomizing certain browser data. So instead of a website seeing the exact same fingerprint every single time, some of those signals become less reliable and harder to link across different sessions. Other browsers take a different approach. Safari and especially Tor Browser focus more on uniformity. Instead of trying to make you look different every single time, they try to make everyone look very similar. Think of it like replacing everyone's unique outfit with the same plain uniform. If thousands of people appear identical, then tracking one specific person becomes much harder. And extensions can help with this too. Good tracker blockers and privacy extensions can stop some fingerprinting scripts, analytics requests, and third-party trackers from loading in the first place. And this is where tools like threat protection or clean web can actually complement a VPN pretty well. Alongside hiding your IP address, they can also reduce the number of tracking scripts or requests running in the background while you browse. At this point, it helps to see what your browser actually exposes online. If you go to a site like AmIUnique and click See My Fingerprint, the site starts collecting these same kinds of browser signals that tracking companies and websites can access in the background. Within a few seconds, it builds a profile of your browser and compares it against millions of other fingerprints in its database. And in a lot of cases, the results come back saying your browser is unique among millions of users. An ad network, analytics company, or website can potentially use that fingerprint to link your browsing sessions together, track your activity across different sites, measure your behavior, personalize ads, detect bots, flag suspicious logins, or identify whether you're a returning visitor, even after cookies are cleared. And once you see your own fingerprint laid out like this, browser tracking starts to feel a lot more real. Tools like threat protection, clean web, NordVPN, Brave Safari, and privacy extensions all approach the problem differently, but the goal here is the same: reducing how much information websites and advertisers can collect about you over time. I'll leave links to all the tools, browsers, and fingerprint testing websites that we talked about down in the description, including the VPNs that we tested with built-in tracker blocking features if you want to try them out for yourself. And now I'm curious, when you ran the fingerprint test, what was the most surprising thing that your browser revealed about your device? Let me know down in the comments. But as always, thank you so much for watching vpnMentor, and we'll see you in the next video.